Welcome to our channel. Today, we bring you 10 Best Rugged Smartphones 2021. Before we continue, please press the subscribe button and the bell notification icon to receive regular updates whenever we upload a video. The toughest smartphones on the market are built to last, with large batteries and a slew of features tailored to outdoor use. We've put all of the leading handsets meant for heavy use through their paces and selected the finest of them. The rugged smartphones listed below are dust and water resistant, and some are completely waterproof, with robust casings or shells that can withstand being dropped on hard surfaces without breaking. In addition, some of these gadgets will not be scratched by any collision, bump, or drop, making them perfect for usage outdoor or in hazardous locations. The software on the best tough smartphones is no slacker. However, since most come with extra essential functions in particular fields of work, infrared cameras, sound level meters, and even VOC, volatile organic compound detectors, are all common. So, while looking for the finest tough smartphone for your needs, consider carefully and look at all of the characteristics these phones have to offer. So check out this video to learn approximately our top picks for the best rugged phones on the market right now. Number 10. Alcatel WP8 Pro Rugged Smartphone. The Alcatel WP8 Pro is a minimal rugged smartphone with fresh functionality and a durable design. A few corners have been shaved to keep the price low. The drawbacks are the inclusion of a micro USB connector, which results in slower charging than the current USB-C standard, a low-end processor with restricted performance power, and a lower resolution screen than many competitors. However, this might be a nice option if you can get beyond these flaws. When you first grasp the Alcatel, the first thing that strikes you is how thin it is compared to its surface area. It's unusually slim for a tough smartphone at 12 mm, which is especially noticeable when considering the other measurements, 178 by 84.7 mm. When you lift it though, it's evident that this is a well-made smartphone. It's very hefty at roughly 260 grams, due partially to the usage of a metal frame and a larger than average battery. Nevertheless, there's plenty of polycarbonate material to go around, and the WP8 Pro's design philosophy is simple, with the now ubiquitous 4 big sides / 4 tiny corners robust smartphone design. Number 9. Unihertz Atom XL Rugged Smartphone. Unihertz is a firm that always has at least one device on our list of the best tough phones, and the Atom XL is presently the greatest phone we've tested from the business. Unfortunately, the Atom phones are small, and even this extra-large version with a 4-inch screen is still rather modest. It's amazing, therefore, that a 4,300 mAh battery, 48-megapixel camera, and 6 GB RAM are included, the most of which are features you'd find in a non-rugged smartphone with a 6-inch display. The CPU, which is a touch on the outdated side, MediaTek has a Helio P90 in certain phones right now, and the lack of protective cover for the USB and headphone sockets were 2 flaws we discovered with the phone. The Atom XL follows the same design pattern as the majority of tough smartphones. The rounded edges, metal sides, rubberized frame, and patterned back are all recognizable. However, there are a couple of surprises: an IR port and an audio connection. Unfortunately, a flap does not cover the latter or the Type-C connector from water or dust at the bottom of the device. In principle, this shouldn't be an issue because the device is MIL STD 810G and IP68 certified. The antenna connection is similarly located on the phone's top edge. Number 8. Elophone Armor 10 Rugged Smartphone. While the Elophone Armor 10 5G isn't the most well-protected tough smartphone we've seen, it does offer features that put it on the level with its competition. You won't find wireless charging, decent cameras, or 5G compatibility in many ruggedized smartphones, so if those features are essential to you, this may be a wonderful choice. Sure, it's a touch larger than many people would want in a tough phone, and the storage capacity may be inadequate for some, but you might not mind these flaws. The Armor 10 follows in the footsteps of previous Elophone smartphones in terms of design. Rubber corners, a metal frame, and a bezel that is bigger than typical. It qualifies as a phablet, with a 6.7-inch display about the same size as a tablet like the Pebble Gear. Its size, 176.5 by 82.8 by 14.55 mm, and weight, 333 grams, make it a long cry from the sleek profile of its non-rugged counterparts. A large battery and extra safeguards, both required for MIL STD 810G/IP69K certification, inevitably increase the weight. The Armor 10 has a flap at the bottom that covers a Type-C connection. In addition, you'll find a volume rocker and the power button on the right, while on the left, you'll find a dedicated customizable button in the SIM/memory card tray. Number 7. Doogie S88 Pro. Unless you're searching for a very specialized sort of phone, the Doogie S88 Pro isn't for you. It's meant to be used outside in harsh situations and is resistant to the weather. If that describes you, the S88 Pro will undoubtedly impress you. It has one of the finest batteries we've ever seen in a phone, as well as a decent performance and some handy software modifications. The cameras are a major drawback since they fall short of the competition at this price range, and the device is considerably weighty at 372 grams. However, you get a lot for your money: NFC, reverse wireless charging, and IP68 water and dust protection. If you spend more time outside than in the office, the Doogie S88 Pro is a terrific value for money. Note that Doogie lineup is constantly refreshed, more than one can keep up with. Therefore, this is not the most recent model in the line. You may also be interested in the V10, S35, S97 Pro, and S86 Pro. Number 6. Motorola Defy. One of the most accessible tough phones we've ever tested is the Motorola Defy. Its price is reassuringly modest, yet it can withstand impact, temperature, and water to the degree that few phones can. The battery life is likewise excellent, and Motorola's light take on Android is particularly appreciated in such a straightforward compact. However, to achieve that balance of affordability and toughness, certain concessions had to be made. The Motorola Defy is undoubtedly sluggish, and its 720p LCD is a letdown in terms of resolution. Meanwhile, the camera system is severely constrained. Number 5. Kyocera Duraforce Pro 2 Rugged Smartphone. Weighing in at just over half a pound, 8.3 ounces, the Duraforce Pro 2 is a multi-spec high-tech smartphone that competes with the latest non-mil-spec offerings. For sale on a 2-year warranty, the device has a 13-megapixel rear camera and a 5-megapixel front-facing unit, the first of which can record 4K video, both protected behind a sapphire glass shield and can work underwater. When compliant with MIL STD 810G standard, the phone has a 3240 mAh lithium-ion wireless QI battery and offers 21 hours of talk time and 14-day standby time. Other notable features include a 5-inch Dragontail Pro non-scratch screen display, Android 8 Oreo OS, STM630 Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, 64GB of ROM and 4GB of RAM, and a 13-megapixel rear camera with super wide-view 4K action camera. 135-degree viewing field, as well as underwater and transit routes. Number 4. Doogie S97 Pro. The S97 Pro is a handy tool for any professional who has to take measurements on the job. It can measure lengths of up to 40 meters and compute area, including Pythagorean, and volume. It's a strong performer in terms of toughness, passing a drop test, and being able to rest in shallow water for up to a day. Despite this, the primary camera's 48-megapixel sensor is part of a respectable camera array, and there's a fingerprint reader and 2 programmable buttons for flexible day-to-day use. The S97's 8,500 mAh battery also doubled that of the iPhone 13 Pro Max and more than double that of the Cat S62, allows for up to 26 days on standby or 40 hours of talk time, which can be filled quite quickly with a USB-C 35-watt fast charger or 10-watt wireless charging. Unfortunately, some of that extra time is due to the absence of 5G, but it's a fast phone in terms of chipset. Number 3. Cat S62 Pro. Many experts rely on FLIR technology, and the Lepton 3.5 sensor, 160 by 120, is beneficial. It's a pity that Cat isn't keeping up with flagship phones. Android 10 is now a year old, and the only back camera, save for the thermal camera, is a meager 12 megapixels. Cat is a well-known name for a reason, and the durable handset has programmed side buttons, allowing it to quickly integrate into a workflow and withstand a few rough days. Meeting the IP69 standard puts it ahead of many tough phones, which is no small feat, and the combination of aluminum and non-slip rubber on the case ensures you won't be dropping it too often. Number 2. Elophone Armor 9 FLIR Rugged Smartphone. The Elophone Armor 9 FLIR is the greatest ruggedized smartphone on the market right now, with a few standout features that you won't find on its competitors. The phone has an endoscope and an FLIR camera, allowing you to use it for various jobs. It also has a large battery to guarantee the phone lasts longer and adequate computing capacity for most applications. This is our selection for the finest rugged phone right now if you need something tough and long-lasting. When it comes to Armor 9's design philosophy, it comes as no surprise. This is a traditional, robust smartphone comprising plastic, TPU and polycarbonate, and metal combined with glass. The result is a behemoth, a 320-gram smartphone with dimensions of 168.2 by 82 by 15 millimeters and a weight of 320 grams. This is partially due to the additional electronics utilized for the FLIR camera, the endoscope connector, the large battery, and the additional padding and protection that comes with an IP68/IP69K rated MIL STD 810G certified outdoor smartphone. Number 1. Nokia XR20 Rugged Smartphone. The Nokia XR20 will be the first rugged smartphone manufacturer under HDM Global's ownership of Nokia. The Nokia XR20 is designed to blend in with the compact profile and elegant style, unlike other tough smartphones that stick out owing to their designs. In addition, the XR20 is the first tough smartphone to incorporate cornering Gorilla Glass Victus, which is IP68 certified and MIL STD 810 rated. Although the XR20 is a robust phone, it does not appear to be like most rugged phones. Don't get me wrong, the XR20 is still a huge, thick, and hefty motorcycle. I wouldn't describe it as attractive. However, it is far more slimline than the typical rough designs, which are sometimes heavy and unnecessarily unattractive. It has an aluminum core with a gripping polymer composite back. Aluminum is also used on the margins. It's a challenge. Cornering's Gorilla Glass Victus protect the front screen, making it the toughest glass on any Android phone. It's also IP68 water and dust resistant, meaning it can withstand being immersed in up to 1 meter of water for 30 minutes. On paper, this appears to be pretty remarkable money protection. However, just because the XR20 screen is made of Gorilla Glass Victus doesn't mean it won't break. The same material is used in more expensive flagship phones, and it cracks when dropped. Thankfully, the absence of glass on the smartphone's back means you'll have one less thing to worry about. Thanks for watching the video. Comment down below which part you liked the most, or click on the thumbs up button if you like the video.